You're standing at the self-checkout in Target, Sunday afternoon. Nothing special. You've got $127 worth of stuff in your cart. Shampoo, conditioner, some snacks for the week, a plain t-shirt because your old one has a hole in it. Regular stuff, normal stuff. Your debit card would cover it. You know it would. But there's this thing in the back of your mind, that automatic payment, the one that hits tomorrow morning. Electric bill, maybe, or that subscription you forgot to cancel. And if you swipe your debit right now, you might be cutting it close. So you do what feels like the smart thing. You tap the screen. Pay in 4 with Klarna. 4 easy payments of $31.75. Done. Card approved. Receipt printing. You grab your bags and walk to the parking lot. And then something weird happens. You get in your car. You put your hands on the steering wheel, and you just sit there for like 30 seconds, maybe a full minute, staring at nothing, because it just hit you. You just put shampoo on a payment plan. Shampoo. And the worst part? You're still paying off installment 3 of 4 for those noise-canceling headphones you bought during Black Friday. The ones sitting in your drawer right now. You haven't used them in 2 months, but you're still paying for them every 2 weeks, like clockwork. And if this sounds familiar, I need you to understand something right now. This isn't about you being bad with money. This isn't about lacking discipline or willpower or whatever your parents told you. What you're experiencing, that feeling in the parking lot, that quiet shame, it was engineered, deliberately, by teams of psychologists, behavioral economists, and product designers whose entire job, their whole career, is to make debt feel like nothing, to make borrowing money feel as casual as checking the weather. And once you understand how this machine actually works, how it was built, who built it, and why, you will never look at that little Pay in 4 button the same way again. I'm Santos. And look, if you're tired of financial advice that sounds good on paper but means nothing in real life, stuff like just make a budget or have more discipline, as if that ever fixed anything for anyone who actually struggles with this, then I need you to subscribe right now. Because what I'm about to break down isn't motivational fluff. It's the exact psychological playbook these companies use to keep you stuck in a cycle of invisible debt. And more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to break out of it, for good. Let me take you back for a second. Think about your parents, or your grandparents. When they wanted to buy a couch, what did they do? They saved, for weeks, sometimes months. They put a little bit aside from each paycheck until they had enough. And when they finally walked into that furniture store and paid for that couch, it was theirs, fully, completely. No monthly payments, no apps tracking their balance, no notifications reminding them they still owe $63, just ownership, clean and simple. Now think about the last big thing you bought. Maybe it was a couch too, maybe a mattress, maybe a laptop or a phone. How did you pay for it? Probably financing, right? 0% APR. Easy monthly payments. Buy now, pay later. It felt responsible at the time. Smart, even. Like you were managing your cash flow. But here's what actually changed between your parents' generation and yours. It's not that you're worse with money. It's not that you're lazier or more impulsive or less educated. What changed is that the entire environment around purchasing has been redesigned from the ground up to remove every natural barrier that used to protect you from spending money you don't have. There's this concept called the pain of paying. It's not a metaphor. Neuroscientists have actually studied this with brain scans. When you hand over physical cash, the same region of your brain that processes physical pain, actual pain, lights up. It's called the insula. Your brain literally hurts a little when you spend money. And that's not a bug. That's a feature. That pain is your brain's natural defense system. It's the friction that makes you pause and think, do I really need this? That tiny moment of hesitation has saved humans from bad financial decisions for thousands of years. But then something happened. Credit cards came along and removed the visual of money leaving your hands. You stopped seeing the bills disappear. Then autopay removed the act of manually paying for things. You stopped feeling the money leave at all. And now, buy now, pay later has removed the last remaining barrier, the moment of hesitation at checkout. They took your total and sliced it into 4 pieces so small that your brain can't even register them as real expenses. $32? That's nothing. That's 2 coffees and a breakfast sandwich. Your brain sees that number and thinks, This is fine, because it was designed to think that. Here's an analogy that might help this click. Imagine you're trying to lose weight. It's hard, right? There's temptation everywhere. But your body has this built-in system. When you eat too much, you feel full, sometimes uncomfortable. That discomfort is information. It's your body saying, okay, that's enough. Now imagine someone invented a pill that completely removes that feeling. You could eat an entire pizza and feel nothing. No fullness, no discomfort, no signal telling you to stop. What would happen? You'd eat everything. Not because you're weak, not because you lack discipline, but because they removed the only signal that was supposed to protect you. That's exactly what Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, and all these apps have done to your finances. They removed the pain signal. They took away the one natural mechanism your brain had to pump the brakes. And then they marketed it as a feature. Flexible payments. Budget-friendly options. Take control of your finances. That's like a casino advertising itself as a financial planning tool. And I want you to actually follow along with me here, because this might be closer to your situation than you'd like to admit. Let's say you make $50,000 a year. That's a pretty normal salary. After taxes, health insurance, maybe a retirement contribution, you're taking home roughly $3,500 a month. Now you've got fixed expenses. Rent or mortgage, that's probably $1,200 to $1,500. Car payment, another $300 to $400. Insurance, groceries, gas, utilities, phone bill, Netflix, Spotify, the gym membership you keep saying you'll use. By the time you're done with all of that, you've maybe got $300 to $400 of actual breathing room, money that's yours to spend freely. Now let's see what happens when you use buy now, pay later responsibly. You see a nice jacket on sale, $60. That's a good deal. You click pay in 4. That's just $15 every 2 weeks. No big deal. Then your running shoes finally give out. You need new ones, $120. Pay in 4. That's $30 every 2 weeks. Then there's a flash sale on wireless earbuds. You've been eyeing them for a while, $80. Pay in 4, $20. Then your friend's birthday comes up. You grab a gift, $50. Pay in 4, $12.50. Okay, let's add this up. You now have $77.50 going out every 2 weeks. That's $155 a month for stuff you already bought, stuff you already have, stuff you're probably not even thinking about anymore, but you're still paying. And here's where it gets ugly, because this wasn't a one-time thing. Next month, you do it again. Maybe just 1 or 2 things, but they stack. And suddenly you've got 8, 9, 10 overlapping payment plans across multiple apps, different due dates, different amounts. And that $400 of breathing room you had, it's gone. You're not even broke because you bought something big. You're broke because you bought a bunch of small things that felt like nothing at the time. And nobody talks about the psychological cost of this, the mental weight. You check your bank account and there's this fog. Random charges, $32 from Klarna, $28 from Afterpay, $19 from Affirm. You can't even remember what half of them are for. Was that the blender? The shoes? That Amazon return where you sent the item back but the payments kept going? You start avoiding your own bank account, not because you're irresponsible, because the system made your finances impossible to track. And that avoidance? That's not a character flaw. That's a trauma response. Your brain is protecting itself from confusion and stress. These companies know this. They're counting on it. Here's how these companies actually make money, because understanding this will change how you see them forever. Method number 1, merchant fees. Every time you use Klarna or Afterpay, the store you're buying from pays them a cut, usually around 5 to 8%. So that $100 item? The retailer only keeps $92, $93. But they don't care. Why? Because studies show that people using buy now, pay later spend 10 to 40% more than people paying normally. So the store loses a little margin but gains way more volume. They're happy to pay that fee because you're buying more stuff. Method number 2, late fees and interest. These companies are betting, literally betting, that you will miss a payment. And the numbers prove them right. When you've got 6, 7, 8 different apps, each with different due dates and different amounts, something is going to slip. And when it does, late fee, $25, sometimes more. Miss a couple? Your payment plan converts to an interest-bearing loan, and suddenly that interest-free purchase is costing you 25–30% APR. They designed the system to be confusing because confusion is profitable. Let me give you a comparison that might hit hard. Two people, same age, same job, same city, same salary. Person A pays for everything outright. If they don't have the money in their account, they don't buy it. They wait. They save. Sometimes it takes a few weeks. But when they buy something, it's theirs. Person B uses buy now, pay later for almost everything because it's smarter to keep cash liquid, and I always pay on time anyway. 1 year later, Person A has a completely clear picture of their finances. They check their bank account, and they know exactly what every charge is. Their stress around money is low. They've got a small emergency fund building up. Person B has 19 open payment plans spread across 4 different apps. They've been hit with 5 late fees over the year. Their credit score dropped 52 points because one of the services reported a missed payment, and every single purchase from the past 12 months still feels unfinished. Like they're renting their own stuff, like nothing they bought is actually theirs yet. That's the real cost. It's not the late fees. It's not even the interest. It's the mental bandwidth, the constant low-grade anxiety, the feeling that you're always behind, always catching up, never actually ahead. Now you might be sitting there thinking, okay, but I'm different. I actually pay on time, every time. I've never missed a payment. And look, maybe that's true. But here's the part nobody tells you. Even when you use it perfectly, you're training your brain. You're building a habit. The habit of spending money you haven't actually set aside yet. The habit of disconnecting the purchase from the payment. And that habit doesn't stay small. It follows you into bigger decisions, car financing, furniture loans, eventually mortgages with terms you didn't fully understand because by then, debt just feels like a normal part of life. These companies know exactly what they're doing. They're not trying to make a profit off your one jacket purchase. They're trying to turn you into a lifelong customer of debt. Buy now, pay later is designed to be your gateway, your starter drug. Once you're comfortable with it, everything else becomes easier to justify. So what do you actually do about this? First, and I mean this seriously, delete the apps. All of them. Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, Sezzle, Zip, whatever you have, delete them from your phone. Not because you can't be trusted, but because the game is rigged against you and removing access is the only way to level the playing field. Second, for the next 60 days, commit to only spending money that's already in your account. If you want something and the cash isn't sitting there right now, you wait. Just 60 days. You'll be shocked at how many things you needed in week 1 that you completely forgot about by week 3. That's the pain of paying coming back online. That's your brain's natural defense system rebooting. Third, pay off your current payment plans aggressively. Don't just let them drip out over time. Attack them. Make extra payments. Get them closed. Every open plan is a small crack in your financial foundation. Fourth, bring back the friction. Use a debit card instead of saving your credit card to every website. Or use cash when you can. Feel the money leave. Let it hurt a little. That pain is your friend. It's trying to protect you. Let it. Look, I'm not here to shame you. Not even a little bit. If you've been using these apps, you weren't being stupid. You weren't being weak. You were being targeted. By some of the smartest behavioral engineers on the planet. By companies that spent millions of dollars researching exactly how to make spending feel painless. You were fighting a system designed specifically to beat you, and you didn't even know you were in a fight. But now you do. Now you see the machine, you see the tricks, you see the buttons they want you to press and why. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Next time you're at that checkout screen and that little Pay in 4 button lights up, you'll know exactly what it is. It's a door into a room that's incredibly easy to enter and incredibly hard to leave. If this video changed something for you, if it made you see your own habits differently, share it with someone who needs to hear this. A friend, a sibling, whoever. And subscribe if you want more content like this. No fluff, no generic advice, just the real truth about how money actually works in the modern world. I'm Santos, and I'll catch you in the next one.